I think Ron DeSantis wasted a lot of money and time doing this. This was not his time to run. I think he would have had a much better chance in 2028. I think everyone else on that stage either is there because they want to talk shit about Trump, like Christie, they want a job in the Trump administration, like Ramaswamy, or they want a Fox News morning show, like our former UN ambassador, Nikki Haley. So
yeah,
I think that it's funny that like 6 months ago we were worried about Ron DeSantis whenever like
the Almost Presidents did a whole goddamn series on him. We're so worried about it.
We didn't even mention his whole like likely alleged CIA torture time.
Oh yeah,
when he was
I'll
in
mention
the Navy.
some of that in a second because we got to definitely talk about
it. But he's so lackluster, right? Like he was built up to be such a threat, and once again, instead, it's going to be fucking Cheeto dictator versus Dim Corpse.
Yeah,
because nobody can take down Trump. I like they're not even the only person on the debate last night that was even willing to attack Trump was Chris Christie.
Yeah,
who has a snowball's chance in hell of winning any state.
Yeah.
So it's such a waste of time. Like we like it's not a waste of time for us to cover this and make fun of Ron. Like that's funny, and I like making fun of Ron DeSantis. It's just like it's insane that our politics have come to the point now that there is no real primary for either party this year.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
Yeah. Like we're going to cover a few more. We're going to cover Nikki Haley and Vivek just to maybe give Vivek. We already kind of did him.
Maybe Christie.
But now Christie's going to drop out, I would say, right at the beginning of the year. But Nikki and Vivek are probably in it for the long haul just so they can suck up to Trump. But we are.
Let's see. I bet you Christie outlasts Vivek.
Yeah. I will take that bet. I don't know.
I bet you Christie has one or two donors that hate Trump, right? Like I bet you there's a couple millionaires that are Republicans that personally despise Donald Trump.
I mean, shoot,
and
Nikki
they will
Haley
keep
just got
paying
the Coke money.
Chris Christie to make ads and go to debates and speaking tours to talk shit about Donald Trump as a Republican. I think Nikki Haley has enough of multiple millionaires that like her that think she's the only real alternative. I think Vivek has just a bunch of like young Reddit Republicans that are funding his campaign right now. And when that money dries up, like what keeps him in the race? Like he's not a former politician. He has no prestige. Like it's not like people are working for him for anything but a paycheck.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I think the people that are going to wind up being in this in the long haul are going to be Christie and Haley.
Yeah.
Like those are the people.
Okay.
Like, and I think DeSantis would want to be, but
I think he's out once
like
he
third campaign shakeup. Yeah. Like he's fucked.
And and we're not doing this because we're doing this just so there's a video out there discussing how bad he is. That's the entire point of these this series in the sense that we're doing. It's still part of America the Conversation. They're not sending their best. These people are bad for America, and they're not even their best. Like
I mean, like if they wanted to actually win, like first off, you'd run people like Arnold Schwarzenegger for Senate in California as a Republican.
Yeah.
Like they could run a bunch of charming
there's
like
so
empty
many
suits
Peter Thiel.
that are fun people that even I'd be like, oh yeah, that person's fun to talk to, but they don't. They run fucking nerds and debate kids and fucking tech bros, and they all suck. None of them have any charm. Not to say the Democrats have a lot of charming people running. I mean, Gavin Newsom is the most charming, and that guy also sucks for a lot of reasons. But like, I just like it amazes me. I guess it comes back to, once again, politics is Hollywood for nerds, like for ugly people. Like, because like you could run, like if I could get a personal trainer and lose about 100 pounds, I could out fucking fox any of these people in a debate. Like anyone with like 10% charm, like a charisma stat of 12 on their player, like it could fucking out charm these motherfuckers. Like they're so either boring or annoying or
especially Ron.
And Ron is the worst of them all because
really
he's boring and annoying.
Like
Vivek's the most annoying.
Oh no, Vivek's the most annoying. Ron is just Ron's the weirdest, which brings me to this.
He's the weirdest. Agreed. He's the uncalivani motherfucker.
Which brings me
he's
to
a lizard person.
Specific plug. We in February, Alana from I Don't Trust This Person about George Santos and I will be covering what we are calling the weird lives of Ron and Casey DeSantis. It won't be too long because they're not going to be around that long, and there is just a very few key points.
I see the cover art, like it's ripped on their picture in black and white, and then it's lizard eyes for both of them.
Like I'm reading my mind a little
writing
bit.
This for you. Yeah.
We'll discuss. But yeah, so that'll be out hopefully the beginning of February is what the aim is for that. Right before he drops out of the race, basically. But also just as a way of reminding people when he does maybe try and run again, or when he can't run again in Florida. Well, he's going to try and run for president again someday, and
he will try to run.
You need these reminders. That's why we make this content. That's why we make these shows. And
he will forever be known as Pudding Fingers Ron and Meatball Ron and Rhonda.
Yeah,
like he's always going to be known as a loser. I'm sorry, like
he really is, especially with the loser thing. Like it's not the pudding thing. That's gross. The meatball wrong thing, whatever. The tongue thing. What really for me did it, which is where like you are
the boots were the
boots. It's the boots.
The boots were his Waterloo.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
Like it's when it was over. Mm-hmm. Like when the boots happened, I knew like there's no chance Ron DeSantis will even be second place.
They're not sending their best. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us.